and welcome to the State of Twitch podcast number 2. I can hear myself. Let me kill that.
Oh no, don't kill it.
There we go. I'm muted. I don't know what happened there. I hope you guys couldn't hear that. But yeah, welcome.
Hello. Hi.
Okay,
How do
good
we start
introduction.
these? I was gonna say.
This is how I would start it. I would say I'm Jivel, and I'm joined today with Falcon, and we do the State of Twitch podcast where we go over all things Twitch related, from business to drama to like whatever else you want to talk about on this.
To purely our opinions.
I don't have opinions. I only have facts.
Sure, buddy. Sure. Biggest lie I've ever heard. All
What?
right.
No.
What?
What were we talking
So,
about? It was real good that what we were talking about pre-stream. Actually, it was something I wanted to talk about live. Oh, right, there was a few things.
Just hit it then.
Yeah, let's jump right into this because I'm a little excited for these. You were talking about content versus quality, which I hated the way you said that.
Once I broke it down, you understood what I was trying
did,
to tell
yeah.
you.
Go ahead and break it down for everyone else.
It's how I mean. Okay, so the biggest thing I'm trying to mean by that, I probably could have worded the topic a little better.
Maybe.
But basically, how high tier do you need your tech and your equipment for streaming in order to be a good streamer? I guess that's the best way to say it, right?
The equipment streamer, yeah.
Yeah, the equipment, right? Because there's the $500 keyboard, $3,000 computer. You have like a $500 screen and stuff like that.
I noticed you started with the keyboard because you recently upgraded, didn't you?
Oh, it's nice, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's nice. It's shiny. It has lights.
It is.
Has a palm rest, which I had to look up what was the proper name for it.
They are nice though. But yeah, you're talking about the level of tech necessary to get into it, or the level of tech necessary to like be a competent streamer.
Right. So when I started streaming, I didn't have a computer. I didn't have a PC set up, nothing. The only thing I had was my 32-inch TV and my PlayStation 4. And
Feel that.
The reason I got into streaming was because when I got the PlayStation 4, it came with a built-in capture card. It would record 15-minute segments. They released a program on there called Share Factory, which you could edit all your clips on the PlayStation right there and then upload them to YouTube. That's how I kind of started,
Yeah.
And I think the biggest issue a lot of people are having is they are going straight into, like, before they even hit live for the first time, they're dropping a lot of money on equipment.
Yeah, quite a bit.
And I think that's a big mistake. That's a really big mistake. Like, especially if you're not going to like it. Now you have all this equipment just picking up dust.
That was my fear when I first started, and I didn't spend a dime on my equipment when I first started. I had everything already, and I was like, what if I just hate streaming?
Why do you have it again? Because you musician, right?
I used to make content. Oh man, I never told you. I used to make.
I feel like you did, but I probably don't remember.
I used to make content for like YouTubers and stuff. So while I didn't need a nice mic, when I did need a mic to like talk to people and stuff like that over things, that's why I had one. And then like I just used to like record. It was either Fallout or like Smash content and stuff like that, and then ship it over to them.
Makes sense. And I think the biggest issue is like if you kind of go like say to, it's a popular game right now, Fall Guys, right?
Yeah.
Scroll all the way down to the zero views, and you hit you could find a random streamer, and you could, a lot of streamers tend to have their specs on the description of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, here's my Amazon list of what I have. And man, dude, it's not cheap stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. You'll see that people have like the latest and greatest, thinking they need to like go live with that, or even I know someone who started with a dual PC setup. So they didn't just invest once in it; they invested twice in the setup.
Bro, I won't get a freaking dual PC until I get freaking partnership or something.
I'll probably never dual PC. I'll probably just dual board. What's the point
I
of?
don't have it. Yeah, you could do a dual board. That's true.
Yeah, like what's the point? If I have 2 north and south bridges, like what else do I need?
I'm like East and West. I don't know. But you know what I mean? And I think, man, like I know several people who do dual PC setup for their streams.
Mm-hmm.
It makes everything nicer, but it almost comes down to, again, there's a lot of new equipment out there that really doesn't require for a dual setup anymore either. Like my stuff does pretty well without a dual setup.
Mine is close to the top of the line type of stuff, but I don't spend much on my stuff. I don't like to have a PC that costs over $1,000 by like principle because I don't want to drop that much money, you know. But
well, it accumulates over time. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. You know
yes,
what I
it
mean?
does.
Especially if you do PC streaming, right? Which I think 99% of people who stream are using off of a PC because you're like, oh, graphics card's not doing so well. Upgrade. Oh, I need a new processor. Upgrade. Oh, I need a little more memory on my hard drive. You upgrade a hard drive. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, you have a new freaking PC.
Skipping graphics cards generations to me is like it always ends up costing more than like a console anyways. Because like you'll just buy the console outright for like $500, and then like
I'll throw it down the when that PS5 comes out, man. Pure cash, keep the change. I want my PS.
but for when it comes to PC, when new graphics generations come out, that usually means that they're also looking to skip like RAM generations or like socket generations, which means that your motherboard, your CPU, your RAM, and your graphics card
out of date.
Yeah. And then Microsoft wants to gouge me on that. By the way, don't be gouged on that. There's ways around it. I'm not saying that you should do it. I'm just saying that there are ways.
I had a really new when I had my older setup, my motherboard was a little it wasn't old, but it was a kind of newer, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. But when I upgraded to the processor, the i9, it's like, oh, we stop at 7.
Yep.
I'm like, okay. Thanks.
But you were talking about these people like heavily invest into stuff like that. And I think where you were going to go with this is they'll spend like $3,000 on their PC and then hover at 0 to 2 views for like a year.
And Goss in chat said, when the hobby gets out of hand, you know what I mean? And where's the best point to do it? You know what I mean? When do you know, like, okay, this is something I should invest in more? And that's what I mean, invest, because half of this equipment is an investment for it. It helps improve the quality.
Man, you asked me a question I didn't want to ask yet. I wanted the other question first.
Oh, which was?
The other question is, what's required to stream?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's required to stream in your opinion?
Nothing. Dude, people bring this out on IRL and they'll make way more money than you ever will.
I did that a few days ago.
Yeah.
I wasn't near my PC. I'm like, I'm just gonna whip out the phone. I need to clean up my backyard. I had my usual numbers, like if I was playing on my PC. It wasn't. It didn't change.
Yeah.
Because at the end, and I think we said this last stream, people don't go watch your stream for the game. People don't go watch for all the high tech stuff you have. People watch the stream for you, for what you bring to the channel.
People do watch streams for games. My channel is very indicative of that. The thing is, though, is that they're not going to stick around for anything else.
Right.
Yeah. They're going to be gone like the second that you're not doing that.
Yeah, you're going to get those viewerships like me. I have those people who are only dedicated to CFTs. If I play anything else, I'm not going to see them in the stream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how it is. But then you get your loyal viewers. They'll watch you no matter what,
Yeah. Those are the ones that make it count.
Yep.
But really, I started streaming on. I was on an 8350, like CPU. My graphics card was a generation or two behind already, and like I was still running DDR2 RAM when I started streaming, my stuff was really far behind, and I was playing Far Cry 5, which was only like a year old at the time of like when we started, a year or two. I don't know when it came out actually.
Yeah, something like that. From now, it's like 3-4 years old. The game,
but like you can see clips on my channel from that time too. And like I wasn't using a webcam and stuff like that, so I wasn't using like all the resources I use now. But people think they need these super high end things to like make the stream enjoyable, and I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to streaming, yes, you can tell the difference between like a 60 and 30 frame like stream. But sometimes you really can't, depending on what's going on, you know? Like yeah. I mean, like, yeah.
In my opinion, you're watching the streamer. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're
Yeah.
watching the game and everything, but at the end, like,
actually,
it doesn't matter.
Sea of Thieves is a perfect example for this. I'm gonna use your stuff. A 30 frame versus a 60 frame tuck looks identical.
Mm-hmm.
It looks identical.
So a lot of you who are from my channel, if you guys know, we've played with a pirate named I can't remember the damn pirate's name. Cinnamon
wow.
Beer, Captain Cinnamon Beer. It's because there's a lot of captains. As soon as I say captain, I'm like, which one? Captain Cinnamon Beard, he actually hooked us up with downgrading a lot of our settings in Sea of Thieves, and you can't tell. You can't tell on the downgrade.
I pushed all mine back up again.
Yeah, I kind of moved mine up, but when we dropped them, you can't tell. You know what I mean? Like shadows and stuff, yeah, but like it saved up a lot of processing and graphics. But at the end, like, it kind of made it fun. Like, you really don't need all the high end stuff to still do the same thing.
No, you don't, because people stream that game playing on Xbox, and it looks like it came out in 2006.
Is that a call out right there, Jim?
No, not really. I mean, kind of. I was in someone's streams last night who was playing on Xbox, and I was like, "This looks like Oblivion, man. This looks weird."
Jib starts like freaking curling up when he sees the Xbox logos pop up at the barrel or the wheel, and he's like, ah.
People like walk up and like, press X, and I'm like, don't press X. Do something else.
But I think it goes down because there's a lot of big streamers, and we say they don't rock a webcam. They really don't have any overlays. It's just simple streaming stuff, and it still works, man. You know, like, they're a top streamer for a reason. You know what I mean? And then we see all these lower streamers who have everything you could imagine streaming wise, and no growth. They could go weeks without growth. You know what I mean?
They're investing in the wrong things. Are we gonna get in the investment side of things and then tackle the other question? Investing into like YouTube and search engine optimization and like things that actually get people in your stream is worth way more than the, like, if you were to buy even a supercomputer to stream on. Because if you're supercomputing to no one, you're getting no growth. And if you're using that old potato computer I was using to play Terraria on, and you're like growing to 1,000 followers in a year, like, which one actually got you like more out of it? You know, I spent 0 on my setup, and I built my own things. Like, I don't know, because I know you have someone in mind.
Look, well, check it out. You have didn't you have a green screen? Or no, there was someone, I can't remember. You built your green screen.
I built my green screen. Yeah.
The stands. Like, PVC pipe.
it was PVC pipe.
PVC
and then
pipe. Yeah, it was you.
And I went down to Joann's when they put a like coupon in the mail, and I was like 70% off me this green right now, and they cut out a huge thing of it.
This is Irish green. Is this
the
color you're looking for? And you're like,
no. They started talking about skeins and yards, and I was like, bro, big, please. Right? Give me that
Chungus size, please.
Give me the big skein, man. That's what I want.
But yeah, I tell you, mine, I even got freaking like flash deal on Amazon. It was like $40. Stands, fabric, and I think I even spent $5 more on just like little clips to make sure it doesn't wobble away when the fan turns on and
That's
falls
what I'm
behind
rocking
me.
right now, but I also waited for my stream to pay for new stuff before I just went and bought it, so I don't run my stream into negative, you know?
You see, and I think that's a great investment. Invest what you earned on stream back into the stream. You know
Yep.
what I mean? That's what a lot of my stuff is bought off of, you know?
Yeah.
And because I'm like, okay, well, if the stream could fund this, then we could just keep it in like a rotation. You know what I mean? Stream funds this, I'm able to buy it and continue it.
You know what your stream could be funding right now? Search engine optimization.
We were just talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, we were. It's really important though. It really is.
I think we touched a little bit on it last podcast where we can't really grow just in Twitch alone. You need to be able to expand your content outside of Twitch
Yo,
to bring people in.
Noodle just hit on the mindset, I think, where he said, I think people just like to have nice equipment, but then one day they just happen to want to stream.
Absolutely. I knew a lot of friends in high school who bought high-end computer equipment just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, why? And they're like, because I can.
Exactly.
Like, okay, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all. And then, of course, streaming becomes a little more mainstream, and everyone wants to dabble into it a little bit. And
The point we were getting at is that it's definitely not necessary. Like
it's not all that.
Most things are capable of running a stream at like a really high quality when it's generations old at this point. The generations old technology, like the amount of flops that you can like dump into computing is still really high. Like, but then like I also said, like people stream from this and it's capable of like not even a tenth of what my computer is. So
yeah, and even right now, Goss even mentioned, you know, it's like it doesn't matter how PC, sometimes the internet quality ain't even there, and we've all dealt with that. We've all dealt with that, man.
My first actual clips on my channel with the Smash Bros and stuff like that, when I thought I was on a pretty good like cable connection, you know. Just was not there, like not there at all. Yeah, to the point that like moves in the game are like clipping through one another, or even. So I play a lot of Toon Link in that, and there's a clip of me just struggling against this Bayonetta, and it's not because I didn't know what to do; it's because my inputs were coming out like 2 seconds late.
Just no control of that.
Yeah,
those fall under factors that you just don't have control of. You know, it's just that's how it is.
Right, which means that spending money on more equipment isn't going to solve that. Nintendo has bad netcode for one. So there's nothing I can do about that. Like Nintendo does not prioritize netcode because they're a Japanese company that prioritizes netcode for there and not for having to travel 3,000 miles coast to coast.
Over here, right?
Yeah.
That's understandable, damn. And we're over here complaining about 90 ping on CFE.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, Drifty, yo. Yo, thank you. Subs. Nice. For anyone listening on the on Spotify or anything.
Just got gifted 5. Just with that, Jib's gonna go buy a few more feet of green screen at Joanne's.
Skeens. I still don't know what it means. They asked me if I wanted it though, and I was like, yeah.
Sure.
2.
You know best. You know best, Joanne. Thank you.
Yeah, I want 2. Huh? Hook me up.
He wants 2, and everyone like starts losing their mind.
Yo, yeah, everyone's in here right now. I love this, man. Dude, podcasting is so fun. Thank you guys for being here. Honestly, I thanked Bacon for it last night, man. I was like, yo, my channel would be dead if you didn't like invite me on. He's like, no, you would have came back, and I was like, with what?
Nope, he would have not came back.
I was like, honest. With what?
I always poke at him for it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's cool having you back on.
Yeah, streaming. I like being on stream though. Well, actually, I don't. I do, but I don't, because like the VA doctors is like, you want a video call? And I was like, no, no, I don't.
You know, I kind of get the same thing. You know, I stream every day, and I always talk to a lot of different people on everything. But if I get a random phone call, I can't answer it. My anxiety hits. I'm like, no, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to talk to someone.
So it sounds like I'm
Or
not
we
setting up
go,
the green
we.
screen for that.
I really hate going through like drive-throughs at restaurants. I hate it. I can't do it. If
Really?
if I- if I'm with my girlfriend, I'm like, you're gonna have to drive. You're gonna have to order because I can't talk to the person. I don't know why.
I never
And
took you
then
for the anxious
after
type.
we get the food, we come home and I hit live and I go, "What's up, guys?" And it's like she just looks at me like I don't understand. Weird, weird, man, weird. And my job too. I deal with people all day long, and I could talk to people with no problem. As soon as I clock out, I can't even look someone in the eye. I don't know why.
Bro, you're the meme. Where
What?
they're like, where they're like, you want to change the world, but you can't even set up your own doctor's appointment.
Okay, that's a year in the making. We're still trying to get there. Okay, I need a refill on some stuff, and I'm like, I could hold off. That's fine.
What if they make fun of me though? Hold on, like I don't experience social anxiety like that. So like, fill me in like what it's like to be honest.
Right now, you get it's almost like you said, um, almost around the context of you thinking they're gonna make fun of me. You always think negative for some reason. Always think negative. So it's like if I need to go ask someone, and it's like, say I go to my favorite restaurant, and I'm like, oh man, I don't see that really good thing I like on the menu. I won't ask because I'm afraid I'm gonna ask them. They're like, "Are you an idiot? Like you don't see?" And like I don't know why. Like that kind of stuff runs through my head, and I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm just gonna avoid it. I'm gonna avoid putting myself in a situation like that, which it's never gonna happen. That never realistically that won't happen. You know what I mean? But that's how my mindset. You know what I mean? Like if someone calls me, I'm like, you know what? You're kind of off. You're better off texting me. It's easier for me to text you. I hate now close friends, family. I'll answer right, but even if I see a random number, straight to voicemail. I'll listen to voicemail and they're like, "You need to call urgent," and I'm like, "Not really."
So it's like, it is like the social ostracization fear,
I guess
ostracization. I don't know. I can't say
I don't
it.
know. I don't know how to explain it. It's always been like that. And Paris, like Paris, has to do a lot. Like I'll be like, we'll go somewhere. I'm like, you need to check in or you need to do this. I don't know why. That's just how it is.
Yo,
Now,
that's interesting. I take phone calls on stream, like
yeah,
like
you
the
take, yeah, me, I'll be like, my grandmother's calling me and I'll be like, I can't answer. No, but no, I don't know. I don't know. Like streaming, I'm pretty good with, and it's weird because it's not just, oh, he's more comfortable behind the screen. It's really like I'm comfortable. I'll go to parties and I'm cool with everyone. You know what I mean?
that's where mine kicks in. I can't do
And
that.
then we'll go out to eat and it's my turn to be one on one with like a stranger, and I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. I don't know
The
why.
the one on one's the only thing I can do.
The one on one is what I don't. And the thing is, I have days where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to this complete stranger, and then there's days like, yeah, that person I used to talk to for like I've known for like 5 months, I can't talk to him. Negotiate prices. I'll never get into like that. I'll probably leave the store paying more than what the price was posted.
Yo, yeah, that's weird. We're like the opposite on this. Where like when it comes to groups and stuff like that, you probably won't hear me speak. But when it comes to negotiating prices, so when we got my wife's like first car, like we actually got it from a dealership and stuff like that. And like
Hmm.
we agreed on a certain price. Like I forgot what it was at this point, but it was like a set amount. And then they come in and they start like talking about like, oh yeah, like the licensing fees and all that stuff. And I was like, I'm not paying that. I was like, I agreed to this. I'm only paying that period. And the dude's
Man,
like,
this feels
"Oh,
like deja vu, man.
really?
I feel like you bring up this like once a month.
I didn't.
I don't
I
know
don't
why.
think I've talked about this in like years, to be honest.
I've heard of it. I don't know.
You have?
It's like, yeah, from you, like,
How's it end?
I don't know.
Oh, well,
Somehow
then
you
you.
leave with like 7 new cars for the
Mm-mm,
price of one.
no. The dude's like, I gotta go talk to my manager about this because like he's pissed that he's gonna have to eat fees, right? He comes back and he's like, some, and then they start talking about like the title transfer fees. I was like, I'm not paying any of that. I was like, I agreed to this. And the dude's like, are you gonna really make one payment, make or break this? And I was like, I don't know. Are you? And like, yeah, we got the car for that deal. Like I'm absolutely okay negotiating prices. Because when I said I'm going to pay something, that's all I'm going to pay. And if I have to pay like a penny more, I was like, nah, I'm out. Sorry. Can't do it.
See, I'm the complete opposite for some reason. When we went to Best Buy, I went to go buy the Elgato capture card.
Yeah.
$150 for the PC.
Mm-hmm.
We did really good that month on Twitch, so I'm like, hey, we're gonna buy a new capture card.
There you go.
Got it checked out, and they're like, okay, it's 24 or something, and I'm like, 24 something. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, the Elgato item, yeah, 24 something. Like several times, I kept like, it's not 20, and they're like, yeah, it's kind of 24 something.
Yo, one sec.
Okay.
Drifty, thank you so much for all the subs today. You hit up other people too. Yo, like thank you for real. Dang.
Right on.
I'm gonna be like hitting old sub goals. Like I'm not even trying to hit sub goals anymore.
Just like I don't even want to work anymore.
No, I do. I want to make content that I want to make now, though. You know.
Right. So like, I left paying like $25 for a $150 item, and I felt bad for the whole day. I don't know why.
Okay,
that
like, that makes me feel bad too, to be honest.
But Paris is like, no, you kept reinsuring them. Like you kept asking them, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. And then, you know,
you still know what it's like, worth though.
Yeah, I'm like.
I mean, like me, like I even know the chemical side of it. I was like, there's gold and stuff in there. Like it's worth more than $12.
Yeah,
you know.
But I don't know. But the thing is, it's not always the same anxiety I have. Like there'll be days I'll be fine. I'll go through a drive-through, get stuff, and have a conversation, whatever.
Oh, so it changes.
It changes. Like I'm bipolar with it. It's weird.
Okay.
And then like Monday, I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna go pick us all lunch up, and I'm not gonna worry about it. And then I'm gonna go to the bank and not. And then Tuesday, it's be like, I'll be calling. Can you go get food? Because I just don't want to leave the house. I don't want to run into someone.
Dang. Okay.
I don't understand. It's weird. It's weird, and it has nothing to do with streaming. I've always been like that. Always been like that. Either I'm social or I'm not. I'm never in between. Aye. Go figure.
I'm trying to like wrap my head around this.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't know why. And it's okay. I'm not. And what is it? I think my mom's like, are you depressed or something? I'm like, nah, I'm good.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
no, I'm not. I don't get sadder moments or something. It's just there's moments I just don't want to be social with anyone, and then there's moments I'll be like,
would you be able to like? Would you feel like working out on days like that, or do you feel like you would want to do something that might cause an adrenaline rush when you're having those super anxiety days?
It's kind of weird, man. It's like whenever I have that, I get like a lot of thought races. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just can't settle my mind on one thing.
Okay.
And I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird, fuzzy feeling.
Gotcha.
So yeah, makes no sense.
No,
I don't know how we got here.
But yeah, I don't either. But like mine is a lot like that. That with crowds though, can't do crowds.
I'm fine with crowds. Now
can't do it.
I don't know if you see like the little red mark on. I know people who are listening can't see, but I have like these little red marks on my face.
Yeah, I see them.
Those are like stress marks.
Oh,
this is probably from going to Walmart.
Bro, I get those on my fingers, like in between, like
yeah.
Through
So
here.
I break out around my mouth, around my eyes, especially above my eyebrows and stuff. I just turn red, and Paris knows. It's like she goes, "Oh, is it time to go home? Like, do we have to go?" Because I'll be like, and the thing is, I'll be fine with the crowds, but I'll start getting anxiety.
Are you like overstressed right now then, or is this from like earlier?
This is from earlier.
Okay.
Hear that? Well, that I just woke up an hour ago. So.
All right. Dude, that was like me. I was like, oh, I woke up on time. Snooze. And then I was like, oh, I'm behind on everything.
Yeah. So yeah, it's weird. Streaming. I don't get anxiety at all from streaming, but It's because I guess my mentality with streaming, I'm serious about streaming,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm focused on it, and I'm fine.
Ooh, does that help? Like maybe that like
It
blocks a
might
lot of that.
because I have control of my stream, and I think that's what it is. If I don't have a control of the situation, my anxiety kicks up, and I think that's where it falls in. I really think that's where all this stuff falls in because you go to big locations and like stores. You go to a big store. You really don't know anything there. You don't know what's going on. You don't have control of the situation. I
That's
go
what
to a
I'm saying
party.
about
I know what
crowds.
to expect. I know what to,
Yeah.
parties and get-togethers. I understand. I know what I'm getting myself into. I'm fine. That's why TwitchCon. I'm excited for TwitchCon. I know what I'm expecting at TwitchCon. I know, I mean, sauce tarps, right, Jim? Anyways, it's gonna be really fun, but I don't know if I'm gonna break out. It's weird. I won't know until I'm there.
If I'm around and then I'm not around on TwitchCon, that's what happened with me. Is where I'm just like, nope, can't do it.
Those little tracking tiles on you. Where's Jim?
Yeah, right.
All right, he's
He's
in
like-
the corner,
They're gonna like look on
just
the floor.
facing the wall.
There's like a bell on the ground. Be like, oh, you got away.
So yeah, that was that was a weird little side talk right there for me.
No, that's good. That helps me understand it more because it's the same as mine. It's just from different things.
Switched, yeah.
Yeah. That like helped me finally like understand it. Where I'm like, oh, geez, it's the lack of control type of thing, and that's for me. That's what the crowds is because I was like, yo, I've been places like overseas, back home where I haven't had control and things got a
See,
little,
but that makes sense
little
for
crazy.
you. You know what I mean? I haven't gone through something that intense to.
I don't
make
think you
me
have to.
paranoid.
I don't think you have to. I'm definitely not invalidating that because it's coming from the same place. It's your survival mechanism. I don't think it has to be like sharpened in any way. I think it's there to keep you alive. You know?
Trying to kill me. That's what I'm trying to say. You're at Walmart. You're going to die. Starts turning red.
Pretty much. I mean, like for an organism, what is like the worst thing it could like imagine? And it's like getting suddenly attacked, you know?
Yeah.
But we live in today's like age where like an attack doesn't just mean like out in the woods somewhere where no one's gonna find you. It can literally be the social aspect of it. It can be the internet aspect of it, and all that kind of stuff like that. So I think that
there's a lot of factors. I think,
yeah,
in my opinion, but mine's just really out there. And and the thing is, I've always been a social person. High school, I played sports. Always played sports all years. I've always went out parties, and it just doesn't make sense. If Paris, heck, I couldn't even get Paris right here and tell you like how bad I get. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. But she doesn't want to be on camera, so
I get like belligerent and like angry as hell when mine starts kicking in, and I think that's that survival mechanism.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do. Paris says I get hostile.
I get extremely hostile. I think it's the fight or flight thing.
Yeah, I don't know why. We're at Walmart to buy a 12-pack of Coke, and I'm over here like I'm gonna beat someone up, and she's like, "Okay, we gotta go."
That's me. Man, like I went like my mom lives in like a like major metro area, and she like took us out to the mall to be like, oh yeah, we'll show you some things around here. It's just a mall. Like, I don't care. It's like that stuff's everywhere, you know. But like we were there, and like people just like they just like look at you when you walk by. And it's like, what the fuck are you looking at, dude? Like it's just it just happens like too much, and you're like, why are people looking at me? And then that starts the process, you know. Like something going on? Something I don't know about going on? I don't like that.
Like they're conspiring against you or something. Yeah. I can feel that. Holy. Oh, man. So, yeah, that's the state of Twitch right there.
No, like, you know how many people would relate to that, though? Everyone.
And it's true. Now, I know a lot of streamers who on stream, and it's a complete opposite. It's what I mentioned that I'm like, I don't, the screens don't make me comfortable. It's just I'm in control, so it's
Mhm.
different, right? There's a lot of streamers who could only talk to people on stream. Outside, have no social skills at all.
I got a theory about this. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Um, I think people online. I think. So you know how you have like the id, the ego, and like the self type of thing, like
Yeah.
for like psychology. I think online people have an online like being too.
They have a their own online personality, like whole. It's like a new person, basically.
Kind of. I don't want to say it like that so people reject the idea right away. Because like me, like I act the same
Yeah, I don't
on and
agree with
offline.
you.
But what I mean is like there's like different layers to consciousness, and I think that internet has its own layer of consciousness. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Oh, okay. Actually, perfect example. There is a certain Twitch partner I know who is completely uninteresting and has a dumb community, and he's an idiot. And he goes online and tries to act like an internet tough guy all the time when like literally anyone could fold him. And he's got like the dumbest takes ever, but that's his entire internet personality. Offline, he's probably a cool guy though, and he's probably just a nice guy who like just wants to like get things like done and like.
I kind of want to know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about.
Why?
Yeah. You don't?
Because
Yeah,
like 6 people pop in my head.
Oh, it's definitely not 6 people. It's one person I'm talking about.
Okay.
The thing is like I said, he's probably a cool guy, and if he ever like wants to podcast, like I will. But I think his internet personality is
Okay,
brain diminished.
I know who the hell you're talking about. All right.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Hit me up on DM. We can't bash anyone, but
I'd be like, yeah, DMs. I just post it right in chat.
but yeah, a lot of people's online personalities are like the complete opposite of what they are in person.
Yeah.
I'm basically the same idiot you see on screen in person. That's sad.
Bro, this is a question you asked actually. Where it was.
Yeah, it actually was.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Did we get to it?
No, I don't think we did. Here, like, let me just pull it up.
Where is it?
Oh, where is it?
Oh, being genuine. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So putting on an act to catch the views or be yourself, and how much fake is too fake? Because to a point, you hype yourself up to a point where it's like, I'm going to try to stay at this energy level. You know, and you're normally never there, but it works on stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all get that. You get those gifted subs, the hype train, stuff like that, right? But then you go back to the guy you were talking about, completely different person on stream.
100%. No, he's even weirder on stream versus in real life versus on social media. 3 different people.
Him down or what? You're like, let me look through let's see his Facebook post 3 years ago. Yeah, completely different person.
Very proud of their social media.
Okay.
Very proud of their social media, and I would be ashamed of that. That is. I get it. So there's a certain aspect of being like not genuine where you have to drive traffic and you have to clickbait and you have to get eyes on you somehow, right? Being the court jester, I don't think is the best way to do that.
Right. But and I think a lot of people watching, you could tell when someone's genuine and fake. It's easy. It's really easy. We're even talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Now the thing is, if they could have that fakeness to them work for him, you know what I mean? Now, if it's just obnoxious and it's just like, oh, why am I watching it? It sucks. You really don't want to watch that. No one really wants to watch that.
The person I'm talking about, it does not work for them.
And you see that
it doesn't work for them. They have this business model and it collapses, and they have all these like ideas and it doesn't work. And I think it's mainly because just because you act like a court jester doesn't mean people actually like what you're doing. They could just be laughing at you, not with you.
Okay. Well, someone in chat made a good point. Let me try and make it a little better. Basically, what if they're acting like that because it's kind of equalizing to their chat, kind of portraying what their chat's going through. You're kind of like making yourself relatable to your chat, I guess.
People aren't like that. Okay, not
No,
maybe they have a different idea what I'm talking about. I have a very specific person in mind. They don't have chat.
I know you do.
Okay, they don't have a
know
chat.
I know who you're talking about, dude. Like right now, I'm right here. I want to say things and I can't say it.
They don't have a chat, so that literally doesn't apply to them. So there's that.
God. It's oh man. I'm genuine now. I'm gonna be honest. There's some things when I see crazy things happening, I lose my stuff, but that's just my gaming stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I say some wild stuff gaming, but I think it's funny at the time is why I say
so
it.
let's go over that.
Okay.
Jib was in my editing process. I just recently made a Sea of Thieves video for my YouTube channel. And I'm playing the audio for him, and he goes, "When did I say that?"
Bro,
like,
I don't.
You say this a lot. You say a lot of stuff. And he's like, I don't even have memory of saying things like this. And I'm like, dude, every day.
I probably wouldn't remember the carving my initials into you one either had you not like pointed it out. I was like, had you not said anything, it just would have been a throwaway line to me. Just like here you go. Just like background noise.
There's a poor player out there who has JB on their on their person in game.
JIB.
JIB. You know where it is. But and that kind of goes. I think that also works too. Like what I mean by that is you're not being fake, but you have your own little personality on that game. You know?
Yeah, I think it's funny at the time. I wouldn't go to social media and say the same things because it's not funny then.
I'm gonna be honest. Sea of Thieves, and I'm just saying Sea of Thieves because Jib has a different personality for every game he plays.
Do I?
Yeah, you really do.
I really do. I do. I think I act the same on anything I do, except for Sea of Thieves.
The way you crusade on Minecraft is not the way you crusade on Sea of Thieves.
It feels the exact same to me.
It comes off different. And it works. It works. You know what I mean? And the thing is, it's because you're immersing yourself in it.
Listen, if I could throw people into lava on Sea of Thieves, I would do it. Okay.
Next update. Yeah.
Next update.
But I think it works for you because it comes off so naturally. It's really good.
That's because to me it is natural. I'm not like
you don't think hard of it, and it works. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm saying that. That's not you.
Dude, this is a revelation to me. I thought.
Well, you're completely different on this stream than you are on that one, right?
No, I do. I just called someone out hard. This is different. Yeah. No,
it's a little different, yeah. Because even someone said, what is it? I read it somewhere on chat. I totally lost it. Jib is savage in Sea of Thieves.
Dude, I just drugged someone like a mile through broken glass on here too. Like, I just didn't name them is the only thing. Yeah, but by the time I'm done, I'm gonna carve my initials into them too.
Damn, it works. It works. But there's some streamers that you go into their stream and they're not themselves and they're trying to be someone they're not. And the thing is, a lot of streamers the biggest issue I think when you start streaming, you try to stream as someone you kind of already looked up to, kind of inspired you know what I mean? You're like, oh, my favorite streamer is so and so, so I'm gonna try to be like so without even telling yourself that. You kind of do it, you know what I mean? And I'm guilty of that. A lot of my early stuff was based off of streams and YouTube videos I used to watch, and I'm like, I watch back and I cringe so hard. I cringed really.
I just say I definitely don't see a lot of your influences in there, especially with some of the other stuff. Where I'm just like, I don't think they'd say that.
No, but mine now I have my own personality. It's pure Falcon on my content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how I am now. You know, I'm gonna the way I act in the freaking game, I'll act in person. I'll just probably won't be. Oh man, and I say I censor it a lot. Nah, man, I'm pretty straightforward on my stream, I think. But there's some people who I don't know. It goes both ways. Their genuine self ain't entertaining to watch sometimes either. They have to put on an act. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Some people
like,
are you know, it's just straight to it. They're boring.
oh, there's two sides of that. There's two sides of that. It's
Yeah, either you go full fake or not.
no, exactly. It's some people, and like this is nothing against the people that like have this problem, but they won't make it on Twitch because there's nothing about them that's particularly interesting, and they don't have any talents that would like draw them like people to their streams, right? I know that's not.
I turn red when I get anxiety. Our boat sank. Whole side turns red right here. That's my
Dude,
talent.
this is all that happens when a boat sinks. It's just
Nope, it just
and
I ain't dealing with that.
but
Dude, I had to cut a lot of out of the video when our boat sank. I'm like, wow, I'm salty.
I tell you,
I'm
I was like, you get hella mad.
I felt like an FBI agent interrogating you. Like, where were you? What time was this? I was getting down on the questions, like just to understand.
I know what you're doing because like you're mad and you're looking for something to blame. That's why I answer it the way I do. If you look over again,
I'm trying to just evaluate, like just trying to calm myself down and be like, there was no other way.
It's a game mechanic, man. Sinking's part of the game, or it wouldn't happen.
No, I don't believe it. It's a glitch that happens a lot to us.
The other thing I was gonna say is for people that do adopt personas and stuff like that, right? I think that can be just as damaging as having no personality, or if not more, even. Yeah. So.
In what sense?
I know someone else for this one. I really hope they're not in here. They might be in here for this one. Ooh, I'll just say it anyways. If you're in here, like my bad, we can talk about it sometime on the podcast.
DM me.
Yeah, we'll get you scheduled.
We'll have you on a segment for fake personalities.
I like that. Actually, let me hit that first, Duck. That's really good. The question, or not question, the statement is because at what point, I guess it is a question, yeah. Are you more of an act than the actual you?
Yeah.
I like that. When does the hold on, what is the quote for that? It's like, when does the facade become the reality type of thing? Actually, that's really good. That's really good. I don't know. I don't know how.
Years going.
Well, I don't know how else to like go into it besides that. Where it's like,
just go straight into it.
I think some people like wear different personas to like basically to try them out, like a worldview type of thing. But like if it sticks and it becomes the real you and like you adopt it into like, when is it not acting anymore? When is it just genuine?
When is it you now?
Yeah.
And you killed your old self. The old Jibble no longer lives here.
The old man died long ago. And the new one's wearing a skin.
This is Jib.
Hurry up and name drop. The thing is the guy I'm talking about right now is he's really cool and like I enjoy his streams. I don't think the persona works though. I think his streams could take off better if he didn't have the persona. If he was just him, I'd be like, yeah, you're killing it, man. Because he even gets rated by like big partners and stuff too.
I really want to know who this is now.
But I just about dropped about as much as I can before I just say who they are.
DM me. I won't say it.
Okay.
But that's why I'm on the same page.
But he gets like
oh, it's
every once in a while you'll see his like stream count up in the 3,000s and stuff like that, and he's been doing that for like over a year now. But his follower counts and his engagement does not reflect those raids. By the way, I don't think raids is a way to grow your channel either. Don't ever like assume that it is either. If you get rated,
no, you want organic growth. I think that is something that a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah, raids.
Too many streamers go into other streamers and like, hey, can you hit me with a host or can you hit me a raid? And it's like,
right.
It's not gonna help you at all.
It wouldn't. Like, and here's the thing too, right? You're like, you own like, hey, I'm gonna go into some abstract thing, try and make it work, even though it's not gonna work at all. Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
You own like Baskin Robbins, right? And you have a lobby full of people, and you own like a Cold Stone. You go in there and you're like, hey, can you raid me?
Hey, we're
Like
having
if-
a promotion on Rocky Road. You guys want to come on over?
Like if they wanted Cold Stone, they would have walked in to Cold Stone, but they didn't. They're at Baskin Robbins. Do you know what I mean?
Not the best way.
Not the best.
That makes it makes sense. You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah,
kind of
man.
weird and it's impolite. Like, I really don't have that much of a problem with it, to be honest, because like new streamers
just
don't know
ignore
the
it.
etiquette.
Oh.
I don't. I
I
ban
get
them and then I dox
The
them.
one that hurts, the one that
I don't dox.
it grinds my gears. All my mods, all my viewers could like agree with it. When I get someone in stream and within the first few messages they ever post, can I play?
Can I play?
Can I play with you?
Click on their
Hey,
name.
you got
One message.
room? One message, right? They haven't even followed yet. Which I even have the same mentality when it comes to people who have been following and subbing a long time. When they just come in and they feel like I owe it to them to let them play on stream with me, and I'm like,
Those still make me feel
Nah.
bad to this day, and I'm pretty sure that at this point people don't think I feel bad about most things. But like those ones still hurt where they're like, "Yo, can I play?" And I'm just like, I kind of hate you as a person actually, so no.
see, and the thing is, we've done it. I gave people benefit of a doubt sometimes. Sometimes I'm in a good mood and I'm like, yeah, come on over, right? And sometimes it works out, and I like having them on stream. And like that's how we met some great crewmates, Filth. No matter how he is on our stream, I like having him on there because it provides a certain
Yeah, I think Phil's funny.
content. He's cool. I like.
I think Phil's funny.
he gets carried away. He
He really does.
borderline TOS. Let's be honest. But
Here's the thing: if we didn't have Twitch to answer for, and it was only losing my Microsoft account, dude,
I would enjoy having Filth on there.
Yeah,
I would enjoy
exactly.
it. Right. And then there's some people that we invited on just because they were cool in chat, and as soon as they started playing with us, they're like, "This is my stream now," and we're like,
I can't do that one.
You know who? You
Yeah.
know who it is.
No, it's
And
happened
I'm
to me
like-
too on Terraria, where they're like, "Hey,
I'm like,
let's
I can't-
do all this."
I'm like, bro.
"Mm."
Get out. Or we'll just finish that session, and that's the last time you get on that list. It's like, don't play with, because I'm like, you want this to be yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, go make your own community. Go make your own stream.
I mentioned that to Roxtoon the other day. He doesn't do as much community stuff, so like I understand that he didn't really get it. Is like, or maybe he hasn't dealt with it as much. But it's like when people do that and then they take over the stream, and I'm just like, I always thought it was kids doing that who like didn't.
No,
No,
Oh,
it's
absolutely
not.
not.
It's not
you
though.
would think it's a good portion is.
No, not for
and-
me. It's
Well,
the other
mine
way
is-
around.
A good portion is mine because it just kids don't have the etiquette for it. I guess they're just like, "Can I play?" It's like, no. Why not? You have room. It's like, I just don't want you here. But there's older people who are like that, man. We
Yeah.
found that out through I think what, Minecraft too? Minecraft even had the same
It,
problem.
it was Minecraft and Terraria for me. Definitely. It was people that like. I was like, man, you're like old enough to be my dad, and you're in here with like no like, and that's what it is too. It's like no social awareness, like no etiquette, and it's obviously not limited to age at this point. And for people like are more around our age, they probably don't have a picture of themselves on Discord or like Twitter, like whatever. So like I'll never know type of
you
thing.
don't know how they are, right?
Yeah, they're probably using
It's
burner
their
accounts.
online personality, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But like, man, yeah, it like that like hit me, and I was like, oh, it really comes down to either they don't care that you're streaming, which is like hella rude, by the way, or like it's like a lack of social etiquette. And I think that's what I was trying to get at with like Roxtomb is like, yo, when it comes down to the social etiquette of things, like how do you deal with it? Because like I still don't know to this day how you deal with it. I'm a little harsh and overbearing on things, and I think I have a reputation for that.
Well, you're not wrong because, and again, it's like he says, it's like etiquette. It's kind of like being polite and stuff because like you don't go up to so it's like influencers who like on like Instagram and stuff. They're like, "Yo, we posted a lot about your product. You should send us some free product." On the online world, that's normal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Now, if I go to McDonald's, I'll be like, "Yo, I eat a lot of your burgers. You guys should hook me up with some free burgers." It doesn't work that way.
Oh man, so you're getting like the subbing and then like people demanding after like they've spent money. That still makes me feel bad to this day. And I even had to talk to you about it when I
Yeah.
dealt with someone. I was like, bro, if this like affects your bottom line, I'm sorry about that. Cause like
You tell me, and at the end of the day, you know what? I think I've already told you. You know, if people sub to play, I don't like doing that. You know what I mean? If I want you to play, it's just because I find you a cool person. I think it'll be interesting to have you on stream. I'll tell you, and I have it right in my rules. Don't ask unless we tell you. And I'm like, yeah, if Sea of Thieves ever does this private server stuff, I'd like to have the community on there. You're not going to be on my boat. I'm going to be sinking you guys. But still, that's a different part of it. But
I ran a sub only Minecraft thing. There's only so many spaces on Bedrock though. So I can't just dish out like it's not like, oh, the server can host, 120 some people. It can host 10 people at a time, kind of. You know?
Yeah, and someone in the chat, it's kind of sell outish because it comes across as you're only playing with them because they pay. And I don't want to do that, you know what I mean? I've played with subs, followers, and people who don't even either do both, you know what I mean? Just because they're cool. They're cool to play with. But and I told you know what? If it causes me to lose a sub because I didn't play with them, that's fine. Every 6 months, I feel like the community is completely different than it was. You know what I mean? You don't have the same people in there. You have newer people. It's always going to rotate.
That made me sad though when I came to that realization too, where I was like, man,
you're not gonna have the same people you had a year ago. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know. My chat right now is full of people who like I've known for over a year and stuff. But like it sucks when you know
what
like,
I mean.
Yeah.
There's people who went on like a 4-month sub streak. Never seen them again. It's just how it goes. They used to like your content. They don't like it anymore. You offended them because you didn't let them play. It's just how it goes. That's you know what I mean? Basically, at the end of it, you're going to have to decide, okay, do I allow them to play or do I not? You know what I mean? And if your first 3 freaking messages are like, hey, can I play? That's almost an automatic no.
But if they don't know, if they don't even know how I sort like items like on the boat, I don't want them on. If they get on there and they're like, oh, we don't do this way, I'm just like, kick them.
Okay.
I'd be like, they have so little team synergy. Like, why do I want them around? You know?
I agree with you on it. It's just, I don't know. You're gonna upset people, and I think I used that quote. You could be the, like the sweetest, juiciest peach out there. Someone's gonna hate peaches. You know what I mean? And just because there's always gonna be people who wants you to agree with them no matter what. Even if you don't know them, and it sucks. That's how it's gonna be. I don't care. I'm just gonna stream and be me. I'm gonna stop playing with Jib because he's bad for my health.
I'm probably bad for your stream. What do if I say some wild stuff like I'm just like I don't remember. I was like I don't think I would do that in polite company. My bad.
I just read the chat. It's a gift and a curse.
That's what I'm saying. There was a point I was gonna make, and I don't remember what it was anymore. It was along the lines of that was too far back. Oh no! That's what it was. It was the when I was like, yo, my dude, if this affects your bottom
Yeah.
line, like my bad type of thing, I thought about it quite a bit. And here's the thing: we have not seen them anywhere since,
Mm-hmm.
which means I don't know how much I want to get into this.
No, it's fine. Just,
Okay.
I could even go to a point where they were probably on, let's say, a 3-month sub streak.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
I could go on the list, and they're probably not on there anymore.
No, they're
Just
not.
because, and I'm fine with it.
No, like the thing was though,
I don't know.
is that they were only around the community so long that they could like dictate the community and like be like a figurehead in it. They weren't actually like they weren't interested in us as much as they were like influencing. Do you know what I mean?
I get you.
Do you? Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to make myself clear on this. No, it's not. It's not.
Just call me. And the call out, Jim. Oh man.
Yo, for listeners, it's Princess said, just call me out already. No, it's not you. It's someone else that I'm glad I decided
to. What's the best way to put it? That
do you know what I mean though? Do you know what I'm trying to get to?
Just because they've supported in almost every way possible, they feel like they have a what's the best way? Higher position than everyone else.
Yeah, it's definitely that. It's definitely that sense of entitlement afterwards.
It's a power, you know what I mean?
But it's
they
also
feel like I've done this for you. I expect this in return.
Yeah, they hold that ransom though, where it's like, hey,
yeah, and it's ransom, and if you can't deliver on it, yeah, all that stuff I've done for you, don't expect it ever again. And
yeah, they start getting manipulative about it, and like they start getting
ask you to.
Like hard disrespectful. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's optional.
It's not like I'm like, yo, if you guys follow and sub and donate bits, we have to play at least twice a week together. No.
Every time that wasn't even it.
It's optional. You know
so,
what I mean?
I'll tell you the exact situation I'm talking about, and then you can remember it. It was when a certain drama on Twitter was going down, and someone that we know, who might be here, was like in the process of that. So I was talking to them and I was talking to you about it. And I was like, we were like collecting the data, and we even did a post stream about it. So we could like go over it and be as well informed as we could. And we read statements from both sides and everything. And the person that I'm talking about that we had to deal with comes on with a like short story about how I'm a terrible person, that I like stood them up and didn't sail with them. And I was like, hey, I told you that I was going to be talking to these people instead. And I told you like 3 hours in advance that we were going to be doing this. Cause we've had like, we knew that this is already happening. So as soon as it dropped, it was like, oh, I better tell people I'm not able to like get on.
Right. Like, it's like, this could be used as an example. I knew we were going to do the stream an hour ago. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And now, if I told someone I was going to play with them or something, and be like, yo, you know what? I got the stream. I already have a commitment to. I got to be there. 90% of people will be like, yo, that's cool. We'll just play some other time.
Exactly. Or, you know, if like something happens where it's like affecting like.
I can't get home. Hey, my power just went out. Yo, internet's down. I can't play.
Or let's say that there's like a canceling happening for someone that you know, and you're trying to help them out and like get other people informed on what's going on. But instead of like understanding that after you gave them a heads up long in advance, they basically, threaten you, try to like manipulate and stuff like that. It's just the huge amounts of disrespect, I swear. That's like super rare. I've only had that happen a couple of times.
And it was weird. You never had a history of standing people up. Or standing that person up.
I still didn't stand them up. I told them hours in advance.
Like, hey, just give me a few hours. I'll be back.
No, I didn't say that. I said, this is what we're going to be doing. And I told them I was going to be post-streaming it and stuff like that. And it was after everything was done. Probably so I couldn't bring it up to everyone else. And I couldn't just read the message to everyone. That they decided to be like, oh, if you're just gonna cancel plans. And I was like, yeah, that's what I did. And that's what I'm going to do if I'm going to support someone that I know and stuff like that. I'm going to cancel plans to support people. That's what's going to happen.
This is how it is. Nothing's ever going to fit. Oh my God. Nothing ever fits freaking perfectly. You have everything planned out and then like you get a last minute thing and you have to switch everything around. That's life. You know what I mean?
That is life. Yes.
You have no control of it. That's an uncontrollable variable right there. And I think a lot of people just aren't realistic when it comes to, you know, there's times that I've told you I would be on your stream and I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Because you do things, and I understand that.
Right. You know, I work. I have stuff on the side. I just can't do it. You know what I mean? And, I like that chat.
Yes, I like that too. I was looking at that question already. Ha 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 ha. Thank you for that segue.
So, dang. The biggest issue is a lot of people's mentality is, and I'll try to go. Let me see if I can segue. They don't know how to accept it, comprehend it, right?
We just got a raid from Bacon. Thank you very much.
Bacon Sweats. The most sweatiest of all bacons. Thank you for the raid of a party of 7. So let's go off of that to the new topic, right?
Boy, this is a topic for a raid.
It's perfect. It's a perfect topic. It's about time. We should have even talked about it last week.
We should have, yeah.
It was a little fresher back then, right?
It was.
But a lot of people don't know how to comprehend when things don't go their way. And the latest trend for that, when things don't go their way, is they go on a crusade on trying to ruin you after that. A lot of you know this as cancel culture.
Yes.
So it's a little touchy. It's a little touchy subject in a way that
I don't think it is.
Well, in my opinion, it's meant for a good thing. Now, if someone did something wrong and nothing's being done about it, that's good and everything should be done, right? But I've seen it used a lot where, this person pissed me off. Let's get them canceled. You know what I mean? Let's get them cultured. Let's get them canceled.
The worst case I've seen, and this is going to be a podcast in 3 days with the person this happened with, if you guys are interested in this, is someone got false accusations against them to try to cancel them when they were at their peak, coming off of something.
And we could say false because at the end it was just dropped. Everything was just like
it was more than dropped. He had literal proof that he was like,
it was proven. Yeah. So we could say false. Now on a lot of it, you can't say that because there's always two sides. But this one was false accusation. Yeah. This was just like, I don't like this person. I am going to get them canceled, and it is really horrible.
Actual good evidence, like to the point that if times and dates don't line up, then the story is like not good. And if it's recent, I'm not talking about times and dates type of thing, like in the Kavanaugh thing. Like, I'm not trying to pull that up, but like it was like 30 something years ago. Times and dates on that are a little like that's hard because it was 30 years ago.
Showing your age, Jim. Damn.
The Kavanaugh thing happened. I'm not sure when. Was it 2 years ago or something?
That's a long time for me.
But
I remember last week.
So like the incidents then like happened like 30 years ago, 40 maybe. I don't know, like how long ago. Times and dates lining up then would be hard. But if it happened this year, times and dates are a little bit easier, you know. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. The comment that I read was cancel culture is just internet mob mentality.
Yeah.
Sometimes the mob isn't wrong though. If you've ever seen how mobs handle child offenders in like foreign countries, I can't say that I disagree. You know? Okay, yeah, makes sense. But like the obvious thing is like guilty till proven innocent and like the rule of law and stuff like that. Sometimes the law doesn't handle it though.
It's true.
There was a certain island owner who was previously charged and and was known to frequent Florida and stuff.
Every time.
But like the law is reactive. It is not proactive to like help these things, right?
Well, it's not that the law failed, it's limited on what it could do.
Limits can be failures.
I'm just gonna say limits.
Okay.
My stream has limits. It's not a failure, okay? But you know what I mean? It's like I don't know. Continue what you were saying on that one. Goddamn.
No, it's that the mob outrage on that is good because it brings awareness to everything, and there's records of things that have been kept. So when or if prosecution is able to go through, depending on what happens, like a lot of good should come out of this, and it will be like a public like awakening type of thing, I think.
Hopefully. Well, I like how someone said in chat, it's almost like oh, there's a problem that happened, punish, not oh, how could we prevent this from happening? You know what I mean? It's like we got the punishment part. How the heck do you do the prevention part? The preventions will be the perfect part for everything. Preventing from it happening. That's where you don't even have to do a punishment. But
that's where I think cancel culture fails. I don't think they prevent anything.
No, it's pure punishment. That's my opinion. It's pure punishment. And the reason I think it's pure punishment is even if the person is completely innocent, their name was dragged through the mud, what several people say. And they end up getting hurt at the end. You lose followers because followers, they just read and they're like, all right, I'll believe it. Unfollow. You lose a community, some community. You lose, and if you have sponsorships and you have income coming in, they don't want to be involved with that.
That's a good topic for this.
They'll cut ties. You feel me?
Because there was recently
at the end of the day, when you're found innocent, they're not gonna come back. They'll be like, no, because your name's already attached to that.
Yeah,
and it sucks.
There was the if you remember the Keemstar and H3H3 stuff that was going down, like they lost sponsorships over it.
They attack each one lost sponsorships. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I think it's a dumb idea because you're directly affecting someone's livelihood. Like at that point, I think you should be able to sue.
After that started doing that.
Yeah,
that's what sucked. It started. A little trend started where like, oh, let's not attack the person. Let's attack their sponsor. Like, yo, you're supporting someone who did this, this, and this. The sponsor has no choice but to sever ties with the person.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's unfortunate that sponsors have to do that, and they can't just be like, well, people are people.
Sudden, they won't do an investigation. The thing is, because now their name will be at risk.
They can't do an investigation.
You have to cut it off as soon as possible, and it really sucks. Because then when they're innocent, you can't go back to that person. You can't go back because again, same thing. They already been affiliated with this, so we just can't take any risk, and that really sucks. It really sucks at that point. I've seen it on several communities where people just jump in, and people like being part of it for some reason. Cancel culture starts.
We can bring
they want to cancel one person, right? And they jump in, they're like, yeah. But they're, bro, you had nothing to do with this. Why are you even part of it? You know what I mean? They're like, let's just add fuel to the fire.
Clout chasing.
Sometimes they blow up something bigger than it really should have been at the end of the day.
So there's for those type of people, I forgot what like the name of it is, but there are, for political people, this is like a thing that happens where there are certain accounts that only tweet about what other politicians have said, right? And they're usually very partisan. So like, for instance, like Trump's the president, so there's a bunch of people who like follow him, and they'll be like, oh, this idiot says this, oh, now he's saying this, oh, now he wants to like kill everyone who's ever lived, type of thing. And like it's their job to basically
see the negative in everything.
Yeah, in like literally everything. And then like it happens on both sides, obviously. I mean, just
You have someone who
Just look
sees
at the
all the
news.
good in everything, and then you have someone who sees all the bad in everything, right?
Yeah, and like literally for both sides too. Like, well, we have a two-party system here, so that's why that happens. Um, but for the same thing with the cancel culture, because ultimately it is like a dividing line type of thing. You're gonna have the same thing on both sides. You're gonna have people that only see the positive in the person trying to do the canceling, and then like only people who see the negative. And then for the person getting canceled, it's the same way. Like the dichotomy splits the exact same way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we did something like we read everything, so we understood what was going on.
You have to. I think the biggest problem is a lot of people just read one side of the story of the person being accused or the one accusing. You only read one, and then from that you only make one thought about it, and you're like, yeah, okay, well, the other person's in the wrong, or you know what I mean? But
Headlining.
then you never, yeah, but
Headlining.
you never read the other. A lot of people never read the other side. That's a huge issue. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And the thing is, a
Yo,
lot
cancel
of the
culture
time with
has
the
this
cancel
though.
culture,
Cancel
go
culture
ahead.
has this though. Obviously, not everyone who gets canceled is innocent or guilty, right? Which means that
Right?
you have bad faith actors. Which means, and I use the legal term on that. So you know what a good faith actor is?
No.
If you make statements to like the cops and anything like that, and like you're saying like I saw these things, you can see something that isn't necessarily like exactly what happened, but since you can only have
It's
your
your point of view.
perspective, yes, since you
Right.
only have your perspective, you were acting in good faith when you made your statements. A bad faith actor knows they're wrong and knows they're saying it for the wrong reasons. And I think that there are definitely bad faith actors, the legal term,
Absolutely.
um,
Yeah.
involved in cancel culture, where they know they're wrong and they have a motive to cancel someone, whether it's political or a power struggle. Dude, the Minecraft community back in the day was huge on that. I don't know if you like were around for all that, where like server buying was happening and like Bitcoin became like really big and stuff. Dude,
Yeah.
it was crazy. It's one of the reasons I don't know if you're still in here, Duck, where I'm just like I don't know if I want to set up a server. And the one I was setting up was like 100% private type of thing. Like you couldn't have stolen it from me. I just wrote my own code for it because I was like, I don't want to deal with any of that, you know? Because there are definitely bad faith actors. I mean, just J rats and everything, man. Like, it's crazy. But then,
No.
but then you take that where there's like money to gain and like fame to make off of it on social
You
media
said
and
earlier,
stuff.
it's like clout chasers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're like, oh, let's add on to it. So and so, I've encountered them, and it's like before that, you never seen any history between the two people connected at all.
yeah.
Um, a big is a big issue about it too is to, of course, the person accusing always has their side out first, right? And the person being accused never gets their statement out. Sometimes not within a few days. You
That
know what I
is
mean?
not always true though.
Yeah.
Sometimes the guilty will have their statement out first, and you.
Oh well, yeah. But the thing is with the cancel culture, especially the way social media kind of works, it kind of blocks out the other person's point of view. You know what I mean? So if the first post you read is the accusation, and then it just goes down a rabbit hole of everyone agreeing or throwing in their 2 cents. And say the other person's trying to put out their statement like, "Yo, this ain't true. This is what really happened." It's kind of covered by all that other stuff. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Like you said, we did the research on that one. You actually really dug, and like you said, you found everything to
I
show
always
it was.
dug. I was gonna say I got a gold foil hat, man. I'm
Yeah,
top tier on that.
gold foil.
Got
Yeah,
like
and
rubies enlaced
and
in
they
it.
always, most of them just end where, I don't know. Now the person actually did something wrong, then the goal was completed. Their names ruined and everything. But when they were falsely accused and actually stand up for themselves, the biggest thing with cancel culture is I think both parties end up just getting hurt at the end. and then there's no resolution at the end.
I think both happens. I think they both get
Yeah.
hurt, and I think they both grow from it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, out of curiosity, that's true.
Uh,
People weren't like, "Oh,
Actually,
look at this person."
if you don't grow from being canceled, it's because you
Were you really
apologized.
Were you really canceled?
Or yeah, were you really canceled? It's because you either apologized or you honestly did it. You won't grow then, you know?
No, but if you did it now, absolutely not. It's game over.
Or the other thing I noticed,
Depending on what you're being canceled.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But most of the time, it's a serious offense.
There's no winner. That's true, because even like it gets so muddy that literally like you both lose in the end. And the person canceling may think that they're like, actually, hold on. I'm gonna take that back, because people making accusations. I went through the Smash Bros thing, and like literally a lot of them had nothing to gain by it. They only had things to lose by saying that this was happening, because they were going to be hated
as soon as
by
your
the
name
community.
was there, you weren't allowed in the community anymore. You were out. Basically, that's
what happened. Yeah, it just so. Man, even when cancel culture works, it sucks, because that means honestly
it's
something
flawed.
really bad happens.
Completely flawed, yeah.
Or when it works and like wasn't supposed to work, that just means that someone got their like career ruined for like no reason.
Yep.
What a terrible thing.
And it's happening a lot in the streaming community. You know what I mean? It could happen from you just not seeing eye and eye to person to you. That person, I see multiple ones starting they probably just did it just to see if they could grow off of it, like you said earlier, and it never really works out, because now you really don't see them around.
Well,
and just like they said, no one really wins. No one wins at all.
Some people do it to eliminate the competition. I mentioned that with Minecraft. That was definitely a thing. They would
kind of eliminate yourself from the competition while you're at it.
Yeah, they did.
If you're the one canceling.
Only thing they eliminated was the gas all the way to the bank, man, because you made money doing it back in the day.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. But so Noisy brought up the Pokimane thing. I don't know if you want to go into that. This is name dropping, and she's a partner and stuff. The thing is, though, is that like everyone's mad at Pokimane. Why? She didn't do anything. She just. I guess they're mad at her for the same reason that like they were mad at like the reaction channels for back in the day, where she just like eats and like watches things and stuff like that. She's on stream for like 8 hours a day. What's she gonna do? Be entertaining for 8 hours a day? You know? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, she better. I'm gonna take my tier 3 away if she does.
Anyways.
No, but like honestly, like so in her going away post, she mentioned how she'd been doing this for like 6 years straight. I'm sorry to derail so hard, man. She mentioned
you only have a tier 1 with me. What the hell, Jim?
She had mentioned she'd been doing it for like 6 years straight, and then like, so imagine like working a job for like 6 years straight, and then all of a sudden you get like dogpiled, you know? And it's not dogpiling like, hey, you've been doing this for 6 years straight. That's pretty cool, because that becomes the norm. You doing the right thing becomes the norm.
Right.
You know? So anything less than doing the right thing, which by the way, it's hard to do more than the right thing, becomes bad, you know? Like super bad. So it becomes to the point where like you can literally be eating, trying to pass time on stream, and you'll get canceled for it. Like, what the hell? Like, where's the jump there, you know? What are you pulling up right now? I see you pulling something up.
No, it's because someone did post like there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on with it.
Yeah.
More than what's being seen, you know, and
there's a ton.
That's a thing. Man. again with the cancel culture, the only problem is you need so much information to even be correct. You know what I mean? No, well, not even correct. It really depends on the offense, right? Because it could be
Hold on.
something little, something big.
Is there an offense here though? Like there could be the copyright thing, or like Noisy said with the sponsors thing. But like she's very reactive, not proactive. So unless you kick the nest, she doesn't really do anything. You know?
My opinion on it, it just happened to happen during a time in social media where
People are bored
this
because there's
event
COVID.
is happening. This
Yep.
this culture, this cancel culture is happening. That you know what I mean?
That's my
If this
opinion.
would have happened last year, I don't think it would have been too big. 2 years ago, last year, I don't think it would have been.
This is gonna be an
Such a
amazing
big thing.
video. Your camera's messing up so bad.
I see it. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. Hey, fix yourself.
Yeah, although Doug did mention that there's a lot going off. She is at such a high level in the entertainment sphere. There's literally no way to know what she's doing. She's high enough up where she could be filming a movie right now and stuff. Like she's not a small fry.
See, but the thing is she the biggest issue they're having is how she went after sponsors. That's what someone was saying in the chat. You know what I mean? That's kind of what everyone's just doing right now. You know what I mean? It was copy striking on YouTube last year. Now it's when that 2 years ago.
Oh, that brings up something. The Patreon thing. Are you familiar with that?
Like the site or what's going on?
Yeah, the site. Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
Pull it up while you can. Patreon lost a major lawsuit, so just go to Patreon and lawsuit, and it will come up because it's a potential multi-million to billion-dollar lawsuit, and they lost it pretty hard.
Man, I got washed out there.
Yeah, you did.
Bright.
Trust, I know what it's like to get washed out easily. You don't have dark mode, my guy?
I don't believe in dark mode.
I can tell.
There it goes. Do you want to disable ad blocker? No.
Nope. No, I don't.
So here,
I mean,
I'll make it a smaller window where it's not that bad.
I mean, make sure that if you are watching this on YouTube, that you're supporting your favorite content creators.
It's just this website doesn't have dark mode. It's an issue.
Garbage website.
Yep. I just hit the first one. Exposing me on stream, Jim.
It's
the only way I get proper. It's the only way I get proper lighting on my streams. Okay.
So here I'll go over it while you start reading it.
Yeah,
so they lost the lawsuit because people were basically they donating to certain people, right? And then when they took them offline, they basically created this like problem where people had gifted to them, but that money was like it was over, you know. And Patreon was just like, and like they handled it like piss poor afterwards. And the judge is like, well, you're a business and you can't just be stupid. And Patreon's currently in the process where they're like,
okay, what do you mean? What do you mean they handled the money? Like, so it finished whatever they were raising money for?
Okay, so the people were donating to people directly on Patreon, right?
Right.
And like Patreon works by only taking like a cut of it, right?
Okay, makes sense.
But like what happened was I forget how their subscription system works because I haven't dealt with Patreon since I like was working with like YouTubers for Fallout stuff like 5 years ago. So like I don't know how it works anymore or if like I don't know. But basically like what they were talking about was against the terms of service was that they were donating and it was supposed to last so long, and when they canceled these people off of the site, they're like, hey, like we basically paid for this service and you took it offline.
So give us our money back.
Yeah. And then Patreon updated their terms of service after that to reflect a previous action, which obviously you can't do that. You can't do that,
right. I think we talked about this on like TOS with Twitch. What if it was completely different for the people who started like 6 years ago
We
compared to now?
didn't cover those
Didn't we touch it?
topics. No, I'm willing to, but yeah,
We'll
we
go.
didn't
We'll
we
go
didn't cover
after that.
those.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm reading that. That's basically what's popping up. So and so gets banned. So then a dozen backers claim for money back due to lack of service.
Mm-hmm.
And then they update their TOS.
And then they updated the TOS.
You can't
So-
do that. You can't do that.
I'm
My
wondering
dudes.
the legalities behind. So like when you get a sponsorship deal, right? It's usually for a couple videos.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it's when
We'll pay you this much if you make this blank amount of content for us, right?
So like let's say that you're like what's on my desk that I
Bye-bye.
can use, a mouse maker, right? And you're like, hey, we'll pay you, $1,000 to have our mouse thing on like 3 of your videos, right? Probably a pretty big YouTuber at that point to make that type of money. And you're like, yeah, sure. If they cancel your thing only like 1 video or 2 videos in, and like you technically haven't violated their terms of service, they just didn't like you, which is really strange legal ground, by the way. Not liking something isn't really the same thing as this is legally impactful,
Yeah, like
because you already signed the contract of this for this, and they're like, oh, but we get to
you're still in contract. Like, what's
Yeah,
the issue?
we get to terminate contract if we don't like it is usually not as legally binding as
But
companies
then
hope.
that's people just putting their own damn personal feelings into the damn.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you bad about this person who we highly support. You're done, and it's like, no, the contract says I can't do that.
Right.
You know
Well,
what I mean, you can't.
legally,
But
I don't
like,
know how well you could get away with it anyways, because I
But
don't
you-
like
you
something
get me?
isn't legal.
No, it's an emotional state. Just like, oh, I canceled you because I'm hungry. Nah. Don't work like that.
They just assume everyone accepts them without reading. So
How they're reading the terms of service.
I got to do a little bit of business, like ends of things where I got to learn like some of the legalities behind it too. Just because someone accepts terms of service doesn't mean that all terms of service will be actually upheld in the court of law. That's a lot of lawyer fluff added to it. So for instance, if I write up something where I'm like, yeah, I'll sell you this like microphone for like $5, right? But you have to be my slave. That's not going to be held up in the court of law because that's illegal. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if I were to add something like, hey, I'm going to sell you this for $5, and if I don't like you anytime soon, I get it back, and I also get my money back. That also doesn't, like, that's not a thing. Like, you can't
It doesn't work.
repossess. Yeah. There are certain things that, like, are non-negotiable when it comes to stuff like that.
You almost need like a legit violation to contract, right?
Yeah, it
Like,
has to be a violation of
here's
contract.
a statement. If you do any of these, blah. Or until this day and time, whatever.
Well, where Patreon got in trouble is that they're a service provider and they failed to provide service. And then they updated
Right.
the terms of
Makes
service
sense.
afterwards. Yeah.
So, person got kicked off the site, but the money was still there. That was paid for that person. So, since that person's there, that service is gone. So, the people who gave the money want their money back due to lack of service. So then they updated their TOS for saying, "Oh well, here's an updated. That's where we could keep that money."
A lot of
And now they went through. They lost, right? They lost.
Yeah.
Can't
they
do
lost
that.
hard. And they're currently in the process of being like, hey, this might bankrupt us. Please don't do this. And the judge is like,
They should. Well, I don't
Oh.
think it would. Update your TOS before you ban the.
see, and that's what I was going to talk about. So like, this is the perfect segue into the question where here,
Right.
let me just read it verbatim because I think I worded it pretty well.
Did you?
I don't know. Let me see.
Did you?
Maybe I didn't. I said modifying the terms of service after a career has been started. Banning accounts from new terms in the financial stability. Did my stream just crash?
No, that's me. My bad.
Are
I'm
you
pretty
sure?
good at hitting the wrong thing. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
There we go.
Okay. So everyone starts on the site at a certain time, right? So like
Mhm.
I've been on YouTube since they basically started, right? Because like I love being a pioneer on new things. That's what even why I'm on like Twitch and stuff. Is like I like the cutting edge of stuff, right? So when I joined back in like 2016, obviously terms of service was different than it is now, right?
Right.
And they force you to agree to new like terms of service to even stay on their site and stuff like that, right?
They update it, minor updates, but from the kind of like time frame, you're almost looking at 6 months to a year. It's always refreshed in a way. Kind of
But
still the same stuff, but there has been changes since day one. Honestly,
the thing is that what if you agree with a website's okay, yeah. Let's just go for the absolute like absurd like abstract. What if, and I'm not saying Twitch is like this, but if they implemented a thing where you had to agree to some radical like violent political ideology now when initially you didn't agree to that in the initial terms, but they're
when
like
you
to
start it,
but yeah, but they're like to stay on our site you have to agree
you
to
have to
this.
agree with this.
But the thing is that you make your money on the site, you have a career on the site and everything like that. I think if you had to take them to court, they would lose in the grounds of they're creating an unnecessary burden, which by the way is something that you can sue a company over if they create an unnecessary burden for no reason. I forgot what the company was that
So
lost.
is it almost a sense like I don't agree with their terms because this wasn't the terms I started with?
No, unnecessary burdens can happen under any circumstance. There was a company that lost a microchip implant thing because it creates unnecessary burden to like instead of the cards that you would wear, they wanted to just
Yeah.
do the chip because they're like, oh, you can't lose it that way, and people are like, I'm not doing that, and the court's like, yeah, that's really unnecessary to burden your employees like that. Because if they if they get hired, they'd have to get chipped, and if they get fired, they have to get
They have to get it
de-chipped.
removed.
Yeah.
You have any vets you recommend?
Right. So the court's like, no, that's unnecessary, I think that obviously the political ideology one, I went with that because that's an easy burden, right? For like no reason.
Yep.
But what if a company does that? Because the current mindset is that social media either shouldn't have as much. If they're like a social commons type of thing, they shouldn't have that type of pull anyways. But the other thing is that if they're a business, like why can't they run as a business? Like why can't they have like we have the right to refuse service to anyone type of thing? Yeah, I just hit both sides of the political argument on that. I hope you
really
love that
did.
fence sitting. It gets real sore up on that fence sometimes.
Which side to drop off? That's the question.
I don't know. I mean, like I personally don't know. If it were my business, I'll just go off of this. If it was my business, making it a political a commons, like a societal commons, it's way smarter, man. Yo, money's green from both sides,
Right. I don't know. So in the streamer aspect, what would you say will be? Well, I know you use that example, but
Yeah.
is that something being effective right now?
The political one's like completely made up. I don't think anything's doing that.
Yeah, but Twitch wise.
No, it was going to be Patreon thing because
Patreon thing, yeah.
so for State of Twitch, we talk all things Twitch, and some streamers have
And then we're on
Patreon.
Patreon. Yeah, it's just I don't know. Well, when you gotta change it, it also has to be a point where it really doesn't go against a lot of people's beliefs and stuff too. You know what I mean?
I think that's impossible.
Yeah, well, it's almost like what did they say with the U.S. Constitution? It's so vaguely written, it could still keep up with time. Because if you put it too accurate, it'll die within so many years. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, Jefferson. That was Jefferson's philosophy that you can't hold a new generation to the last generation's like contracts.
There it is. You know what I mean? But it's like, the old generation knew what they agreed to. The new generation's gonna know what they agreed to. You know what I mean? But do you still hold the old generation to the new generation's agreement?
Oh, true. Because there are things like what are they called, like super centennials or whatever, that people who
Yeah.
live after like over 100 years. That's
They're
5
like,
generations. That's 4 to 5 generations, depending if you go on the 20 or 25-year generation gap thing. It's quite a few
Still,
different
it's
clauses to go
happening.
through. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I don't know. It's kind of really hard, especially if you were like a day one supporter. Patreon, Twitch, doesn't matter. And then it's just changing to a point where you're like, man, this ain't what I started with,
On the other hand,
Or
I think they would do this if they were to get pigeonholed in any way, because businesses will always find the solution around it. If you woke up tomorrow and instead of Twitch, it was suddenly Justin TV, and they can make a new rule set for anything they want, I think that would
They
be the
rebrand it?
workarounds. Yeah,
it's not rebrand. It's like, throwback. Yeah, there you go.
right. It would be, they would find ways to correct any issue they wanted to correct anyways. You know what I mean? Businesses aren't going to take it. They don't have to. Especially when you're as big as Amazon stuff. Like you're a nation unto yourself,
But the old accounts are still held to the old site.
No, because you would have to agree to be on the
No,
new site.
You have to. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah,
There's no more old site. That's the thing. The old site's gone.
right.
If you're still accountable for the old site, well, you're not accountable for anything.
Yeah,
It doesn't
so
exist.
like how would you be accountable to the old site anyways? Like they don't have lawyers. They're gone. The old site doesn't exist.
Erased from existence.
Yeah, you're
Snapped away.
you're shadow boxing at that point.
Damn. Okay. It's really in the Patreon, in my opinion, stupid move. Really stupid move. Like,
I don't
that's
think
they
Patreon's a
almost-
smart company, so yeah.
They got money hungry right there, man. Not money hungry, but they also, I read the biggest reason they went that route was they didn't want to pay the return fees, basically, which was going up in the 10Ks.
Oh,
But-
okay. That's a lot cheaper than like $100 or like $1 billion.
It's almost like someone who I'm gonna sue you because your $5 device hurt me, and then they found out you used it wrong, and now you have to pay like $10,000 for false accusations.
Yeah.
Or something, you know what I mean? It's like,
What?
I'm over here going through a weird thing.
Safeway, your zucchini hurt me. It's not supposed to. Yeah,
Oh,
I knew
I'm
that.
still suing you. I'm still suing you. Well, it's like that lady from McDonald's. She sued McDonald's for burning herself with the coffee because it was too hot.
3rd degree burns though. Third degree burns.
So they had to put
Yeah, let me pull that up.
cautious liquid may be hot.
Let me pull that up because everyone likes to bring that up as a stupid thing, but I think it was 3rd or 2nd degree burns. Like we're talking about like
Fuck, what
loss
the hell did
of
she-
muscle tissue.
What did she do? A drop coffee on her? I don't even like coffee, man. Every sign has its history. That's true.
Pulling it
like-
up right now.
She's like, I'm gonna drop it on me, and I'm gonna keep it there until I know it's pretty bad.
Am I gonna click on a Vox article of all things? Here we go.
That's not what I clicked on. Oh, 79-year-old. Never mind.
She was 79, parked and the coffee spilled. Acknowledged that the spill was her fault, but it was ridiculously hot up to 190 degrees. Bro, that is... So
She had the cup
212
between her knees while removing the lid to add cream and sugar when the cup tipped over and spilled the entire content on her lap.
So check this out. For our European and like everyone else who uses Celsius and stuff like that, Fahrenheit, 190 is ridiculously hot because in Fahrenheit 212 is boiling. So this is 20 degrees away from being boiling hot.
So they were supposed to hold it between 180 and 190 degrees, right? What was it at?
It was at 190, and it says it caused third-degree burns on her legs and genitals. Ooh. Oh, dude, when you're like when you're 79, that may not even heal. You lose a lot of your healing capabilities over time, you know?
What's the other one? The other lawsuit I remember is a man with a mobile home, like those RVs, turned on cruise control, got out of the driver's seat, and went in the back to make coffee. Got in a wreck. RV home wrecked, right?
You know, he's
sued the company.
He's just a pioneer.
Yeah, sued the company claiming that cruise control was supposed to control the vehicle while it was cruising. So,
I mean, like the man's just ahead of his time. He just wanted a Tesla now, or like back then.
And then his son Elon was born.
He's like, listen here, you're gonna
Listen here,
autopilot
boy.
us to the Mars,
You're gonna make
right?
a car. And it's gonna drive itself. When it means cruise control, it's gonna be cruise control.
Dang it.
And he won. He did win because the company didn't provide in-depth information about cruise control. It was just like it's like
was it a new technology or?
It was in the 80s, I believe.
Because if it's a new technology and someone's like, dude, the car will drive itself, you know what I'm gonna hear? Yeah, the car's gonna drive itself. I'm like,
drive itself, right?
I'm gonna get up, and make a sandwich.
What they probably meant is like it's gonna keep the throttle where you left it, but it will not have control of the steering wheel for any. You know what I mean? Like you still need to maneuver it. So every sign has its history. I love that.
That's funny.
Caution, alligators.
Do not put cat
alligators
in the here. Yeah, dude, who puts a cat in the microwave? They're much better like baked, fried. He's like, yeah. Microwave.
But yeah, those cases make me laugh when I hear them.
But I didn't know she suffered third-degree burns to her legs and like genitals.
Well, she had, we all done it. You've been sitting down, you have your cup right between your legs, just like you're gonna open the lid and pour water in or something.
If it was only that little amount that spilled that caused that, then yeah, like that's really freaking hot.
I believe did she drop the whole content of the cup though?
That was my like perspective. Is she's like, whoopsie.
Whoops. Right, that's what
but like
there's coffee everywhere.
It sounds like she was like just sitting it in her lap, and she's like, I'm just gonna open the lid, and like it spilled a little bit, and she's like, I just lost my girl nuts, man. That was really hot.
See, they were McDonald's received 700 previous reports on the same thing. How much did she spill? I just want to know.
Yeah, it's enough to get that much like burnt though. Like she's almost 80 though.
Do we know the size of the coffee? And it has to be in Albuquerque. Are you kidding? Everything happens in Albuquerque.
Pretty much. I mean, something has to happen there. I guess it's this.
That's interesting. But okay. So yeah, I bought this car. It has cruise control.
Dude, she almost died from it, is what the article says. And I'm like, I believe
at her
it.
Age, like
yeah, like I believe it.
When you sustain such injuries,
because it says that
your
she had to get
survival rate's not.
She had to get surgery for it.
Yeah,
she had to, and like the bacterial risk of like that area too. Do you know what I'm talking about? That sucks, man.
Did you read Godfather's comment? Did the court papers describe them as girl nuts? Just like there's boy nuts and girl nuts. Oh, Joe, you have creative vocabulary, my dude.
What did I come back
What
to?
did I come back to? Burns girl nuts. Like
we were discussing the legalities of some of the things of Twitch and things people use on Twitch. And
but like, yeah. So to go back, basically, a lot of stuff should be kept. Do you think should be kept vague enough where it could be interpreted in many ways, or does it have to be down to the T?
back to the
You know what I mean?
Constitution thing.
Yeah.
Both.
Well, it
Literally
could be even
both.
TOS. You know what I mean? Because if for TOS on Twitch, I believe if you're gonna go, like, what's the best way to be able to protect people and keep people liable, but not ban them for everything? You know what I mean?
I think both is the way to go then, because like so the
Like a mixture,
Constitution,
basically.
yeah, the
depending on what it
Constitution
is.
still works because it says things like freedom of expression and like freedom of speech.
And
So like
that changes so much. You know?
it changes so much, and the way that we do it has changed so much, even
Because
from the
right now,
time like
what we put it? At one point, they argued it for journalism, and that's freedom of speech. Argue it for social media, freedom of speech. You know, it's like.
But think about it, when it was written, it would almost
None of
be
that was really
100
there.
years since like the like telegraph was sent, which by the way was
Yeah.
in like during the World War, or not World War II. I'm sorry, the Civil War times, man.
I was
Like
gonna say,
1860.
damn, well.
It was like 1860 where they sent the first telegraph. Can you imagine that? They barely had repeating rifles by the time the first telegraph was sent.
Ratata, right?
Right.
So a good mixture, especially on Twitch case. That's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? What do you think? Vague and to the point.
Vague and to the point, because you have to be like really defined on certain things. Like, hey, we're not gonna put up with this, you know.
Makes
But
sense.
but
Anyone
like if,
violates it, you get hit for it. Yeah.
yeah, but if it's things like, hey, like, I don't really have an example because some things need to be vaguely written. I mean, the
Times that are growing, right?
Yeah, the rules of my Discord are written like that too, where it's either super vague, where we're just like, hey, if you act a fool, like we'll ban you and make fun of you, and the other things is like, don't dox people, thanks.
You're straight to the point, right?
Yeah.
Don't kill someone. We'll ban you. That's what SWAT Duck said. That's funny.
Is that against TOS? I don't think I've seen that. It might fall under like
I think
endangerment.
that goes under freaking federal law, but that's just my opinion.
What if you film someone else killing someone else?
Are we really getting into this?
Is this like the bathroom situation? That's like still get you banned? All right. I'll try my best.
Yeah, there's been streamers who like cut themselves on accident, and if their blood showed on stream, they got banned.
Yeah, there's like their endangerment thing that they use too. So a Smash,
like you're allowed to drink on stream, right?
yeah, that's where I was gonna go. A
But
Smash
if you
streamer,
get to a point that if you're have no control of your own body,
bro, a
you're
Smash
endangering
streamer
yourself.
spent hours on stream like this because because he got a little bit too blitzed.
Did
But
they
you-
ban him for that?
Yeah, it was like a 30
He was
day
sleepy.
too. Kind of. I wouldn't really call that
It's a sleep
sleep.
stream. There's a lot of sleep streams. Sleep stream, pass out stream. It's the same thing.
That sounds like the most frat boy thing ever. Bro, gonna get loosed up for this sleep stream, bro.
Go take my NyQuil.
Damn it.
I'm reading that too.
Are you?
Wait, Goss and SWAT or just Goss?
Yeah, I'm reading the gospel one. That's terrible, my guy. That's also why this might be like one
You
of
see,
the
but
last
the thing
things.
is, they won't get banned. You'll get banned if you ever show that. You know what I mean? So you're protecting your name. Jib has done it several times on his Discord where people will come in here and just post some really ridiculous stuff. We would just boot them. We won't even question it.
Which
you're
is-
out. Why? Because you're threatening his name, not yours. His,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Which is why we run it the way we do now, where it's if you don't have a rank, you you cannot post.
The Crusades, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we do it
Crusades.
now. The Crusades taught me
Crusades, yeah.
to
That's why we're
induct
all
people.
named after your freaking knights.
You're either a squire or a knight in the crusade. That's it.
But it's true, you know. I mean, just because a lot of people try to put the blame on, like, oh well, it's because they sent me the link, or I didn't I didn't know they put it in chat. It's like you're responsible for your chat.
Yeah. I
We all do.
I read it too. I don't see how you can possibly be responsible for your chat, because, like, let's say that I ran a naughty Discord channel and I was going to only raid people with not that kind of naughty. We do
No.
bad things. But we raid streamers and we just try to get them banned through our chat alone. And we have like 3,000 burner accounts to do it with, you know? How is it the streamer's fault?
Okay, that's a good one right there.
Yeah.
Can't control it. Well, then Twitch will probably, the best thing I think they're gonna say is you should have ended stream at that point.
Yeah, true. They'll be like, hey, guy, shut the hell up.
Well, you should have like that's how you control it. You just
Kind
don't
of.
stream it. But then that hurts you if if streaming's your income and stuff like that, and you can't stream, you're hurting. You know?
Yeah, true. Oh, yeah.
Um,
That was Linity's whole thing. Is like I
And
have to
it's-
hit go live, you know?
You have to hit go live. It's how
Yeah.
you make your money. But if you're being constantly attacked and harassed, that's not good for your mental health either, man. I think we even covered it. You had some streams that you're like, why am I even streaming?
Oh,
Even if it's joking, you know what I'm talking about, you know?
yeah.
I think it was a 30-minute stream. But even to a point.
I was just kind of over it at that point, anyways. And then everyone's like, "Hey, guy, shut the hell up."
End your stream.
And I was like, "Okay,
Can I donate 0 bits for you to end your stream?
right." They're like, "Make it 0 points to end your stream."
But
No,
you know
it,
what I mean?
it wasn't
But-
that bad.
But for that, say you're on that on a daily.
Yeah.
Daily. Every stream you hit is like that. That takes a toll, my dude.
Like, if you're big enough too, where you can even hit like followers only, and it's still just your chat.
And it's still like that.
Yeah.
Heck, you could even go sub only, and it's probably going to be that way. It's like, if you're big enough for sub.
That's true. Twitch
I
Prime.
could never imagine putting sub on.
Twitch Prime is a way that like people can just like sub for free to your favorite
It's a free
content
sub,
creators,
right.
and you can support their channel if you enjoy their content and want to be back for more sometime. But but yeah, like it's free, and you just go harass them after that. You know, even if they have sub only, there's no real way to get around it. And they're like, "Oh, use our mod system." You guys' mod system's terrible. I'm not even gonna hide it anymore.
See, and that's why even the mod system, like the auto mod doesn't catch everything. I have several mods in your chat right now. And there's some stuff that slides through and we're like, how did that even get in here? You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, auto mod will be like F and K too close to each other, banned. That's hostility. And then other things I
dude,
read.
someone put like dad's candy and it striked it for like sexual content. And
That
then
is
we're like,
gross. Don't write that in my chat.
what? It was something weird like that, you know what I mean? And we're like, okay.
They probably like read like daddy's candy or something like that.
I don't know,
I
man. But you know
know-
what I mean? That
Yeah.
and I think that's why
What?
they're gonna claim, it's gonna be hard because you could also claim that you have the ability to mod several people in your chat to help you control this as well. You should use those tools.
For someone
Yeah,
who's experienced it, I know how many burner accounts can end up in your channel at one time.
It's hard. Yeah.
So I don't think there's enough mod power in the world to handle an
Just turn
influx.
the alerts off.
Yo, you know who got it worse than me? Way worse? Way worse.
No, I don't. I have no idea.
It's another Brawlhalla streamer. He's probably even live right now.
I
They
wouldn't
jumped.
even know.
They jumped from 2,000 to 44,000.
Good on them.
Yeah, exact. Good stream. Dang.
Good stream, man. What's your secret? You genuine? Are you fake?
What's your take on lawsuits?
What's your take on lawsuits? You like hot coffee?
But like, man, it's yeah, there's a lot of burner accounts out there. So
yeah, follower count doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything at all.
Jib found that out when he tried claiming his account to Twitch, and they're like, "Oh, well, followers doesn't matter for your partnership," and it's like,
oh. Yeah, their literal advice was to shut up, because the more people who don't know about it, and I'm just like, that's not a solution. You know what is a solution though? Commander Root has a program for it. If it happens to you, Commander Root has a program. I'm so happy
I showed you that one.
Yeah, that's thank you. If it ever happens to you, let me know and I'll link you the program.
Commander really real big hero for Twitch for a lot of people who are having that issue.
Pretty much.
And he's made several programs. I think a lot of people see him in the chat as well.
Yep.
So it is a good thing.
The follower count thing. So I talked to a lot of partners, and when they told me about the partnership process, they don't care about your followers at all. If you had every single person on the face of the planet following you right now, they wouldn't care, because that's not what makes a streamer.
It's all about live stats, more or less, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Live stats. How many people? How many real people are in your chat exactly right now? You know what I mean? And the minimum's 75, I believe. 75 or 80. Can't remember. I think it's 75. I want to say 75.
I think it's 75, yeah.
That's the minimum.
Did you just have a lightning flash in your room? Oh, you're switching screens. That was bright, man.
Thunderstruck. Great, I can't put this on.
How much money they can make off you? That's not even a hot take. If you would have been in here for the first one, man, we broke that down. It's what did it turn out to be?
We turned out at the end of the day, you should just buy merch from us.
That's true. That's true. If you do like content creators, like literal just donations, I don't know. Okay.
Here, I got it. I got the requirements. Okay. And again, this is for applying for the partnership. This ain't even them offering it to you. This is you applying to see if you even could do it, right?
I know someone who's been denied 4 times now. Some of their biggest streams are them reading their denial letters.
You gonna have them on stream or not?
Could.
You should ask. Anyways, so path to partner, basically, you're looking at 25 hours in a month. 30-day period, of course. Not 31, 30-day. I'm having a religious experience. So you need 25 hours. You need to at least stream 12 different days. And you need to average 75 viewers in all those hours streamed. So that's just to apply. Now, I don't know what requirements you need for Twitch to send you an invitation, because that's happened. People have been given an invitation. They're like, yo, we want you in this program. I imagine it's double or triple to the requirements to even apply.
Probably.
That's my opinion. But yeah, you know, that's to apply. And like Jib says, I think it's rare you get it on your first try. It's rare. A lot of people take a few tries if you're applying.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know the number.
So
I have a mixture. I have people who are like, yo, first try. And I have people like, all right, here's my 13th time. Let's see.
This is just speculation. If you guys want to learn more about this, I am going to have a partner on in 3 days on the 19th, Badger. I've, been in his streams a few times. He's rated me and stuff. He's a really cool guy. I'm going to have him on here, and we're going to talk about some of the partner stuff if you guys are interested in that. But this is my speculation. If you're already making money for them, like if you're making like crazy amounts for Twitch, I think that if you were at 60 viewers and you were still pulling in like way more than like people who had like 500 viewers and stuff, I think that they would still invite you because they understand that business. Twitch is a business at the end of the day.
You know how to get the people in. Yeah. That's what they want. Yeah.
So there's Views. Oh, dude, am I gonna really like? I think I'm gonna break this down as much as I can, and then I'm gonna
Do it.
ask
That's
Badger
fine.
about this kind of stuff. There is the view aspect of things, which Twitch wants, because if you're on Twitch, you're more likely to buy Twitch products. It's like subs, bits, and all that kind of
Just
stuff
like
like that.
everything else. Everything else, right?
If you're already getting a high conversion rate, then you're already meeting the business aspect of things. Because when they partner with you, they're not only saying that we like you on their site, they're saying
This
that
is
we
a
are business
business
partners.
partnership.
Right.
Yeah. This is money involved between
Yeah.
us. Right. Especially if it's an invite. If it's an invite, that's seriousness, in my opinion.
If you guys want me to ask Badger stuff like this, go ahead and
I think you should.
go ahead and post questions in the Discord if you haven't been in there. There's a link for the Discord in my about section, all that kind of stuff like that. If you guys are interested, or there's a command for it. Yeah, chatbot's open. Go ahead and hit him up there, and I'll ask him what you guys want to know too. But I got some topics I want to cover with him already. Should be good though.
Ooh. You have that command.
I do. Look at that. For anyone listening and stuff like that, if you would like a link and stuff like that, you can catch the podcast at the 2 hour and 9 minute mark on Twitch, and you'll be able to get the link. Sorry, I can't link it on Spotify, so that's the most I can do for you, you know?
It's true. He ain't lying.
I don't know. I think that's kind of all I had today. The next state of Twitch, I think is gonna be spicier because I think I'm gonna go into the topics that are like deep today, and then I'll have a partner's knowledge when we go into it. Then,
Yeah, so we'll be back on State of Twitch for the 23rd of August. That'll be number 3. Right on. Next Sunday, basically.
yep.
So that'll be really interesting. I think we're getting into some spicy points, man. I didn't think we were going to talk about Patreon and stuff like that.
Well, it all links back, you know.
It's all the same stuff because, again, first thing we preached on the first one was you can't make it alone on Twitch. You need to branch out to other stuff. And when your other stuff ain't doing good for you, like, yo, that sucks.
Yeah, we can leave off with this actually if you want like one last topic type of thing. Branching out to make yourself an actual brand. Twitch is not your brand. Twitch is its own brand.
It's a tool you use
Yeah.
to show off your brand, just like everything else. You know what I mean? Now, if you're able to go off of other ones, go to other, I guess what's the best way, social medias and sites to be able to express your brand. The more you could do and the more successful you are on those sites, the more your brand will be recognized. We know a lot of streamers who do, like Zolburner, he's one, doing hella good on TikTok. He's just blowing up on TikTok, you know what I mean? And I'm sure his Twitch is doing well because he's bringing in new viewership from TikTok, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And vice versa.
You know what I heard though?
TikTok's doing good because Twitch is going over there.
I'm glad I heard this. There's no brand loyalty to TikTok. There's none. So getting people with no brand loyalty to come over to a very brand loyal thing is a little difficult at times. However, I know someone who is crazy successful with doing it though. I'm talking about if they're not a partner by the end of the month, they're gonna be a partner next month for sure. Their numbers are like more than double. Organic too, not raids, from TikTok alone. I might be able to talk to her, see if I can get her on.
Yeah, see what you could do. See, like me, I'm trying to get videos more on YouTube. You see, I'm posting a little more, and the reason is my stream times don't work for a lot of people, especially in my area. You know what I mean? In the U.S. area, the time I stream, everyone's a bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't have a problem with that. I meet awesome people from around the world, but my YouTube video could be viewed anytime.
Anytime, anywhere.
And it brings in new viewership that way. So branding, you can't just stick with Twitch. Even if you grow big on Twitch, you got to start branching out. You know what I mean? And it could bring more opportunities to you, which is amazing. 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 Do they think Jibble's a woman's name?
Who even knows, you know?
Amazing.
Amazing. Now you're saying it too. Amazing.
Amazing. Well, that's
Um,
amazing.
I was gonna clear up on one point until you started saying me or whatever. I mean, that freaked me up so bad.
but basically posting and getting new business ventures through
Right.
other.
Definitely. Be a brand. Don't be someone else's brand. Ooh, there we go. That's good. I'm gonna market that. That's gonna be on a shirt. It's gonna be on my branded shirt. No.
See, but like, you know, I want people to when they see your name, when they see your logo, if you have a logo, you want them to see you, like, oh, that's Jibble. You don't want them to see, oh, that's Twitch's streamer Jibble or something. You know what I mean? And
The
you want to kind
media's
of become more recognizable.
the media is always gonna portray that though, so it's really your job. So like even when it comes,
a lot of people, they're not even like Twitch streamer anymore. It's just like streamer.
yeah,
So and so. You know what I mean? Or if you're popular at a game, Valorant streamer, so and so.
I think there's a lot of competition with old media right now in Twitch and like YouTube and Facebook gaming and all that kind of stuff like that.
Famous Twitch streamer.
So I think they're going to start in a little bit of the mocking session on that. As like old media loses more and more control and viewers over the year, I think they're gonna have to resort to the like, oh, they're just a streamer. They don't have like the setup and all kind of stuff like we do, which is true.
The
like
future's now old man. Yeah.
they have a ton of money to dump into their sets and all kind of stuff like that, and then they pull in less viewers than like a YouTuber. Like that's just sad. Like, and the other thing is, where are they getting that money, and why aren't brands as willing to support independent media as they are like Dinosaur Media?
Safe bet, I guess.
Not
It's
though.
what they know.
But
it's what they know.
Yeah, it's what they know. I think that's what it is. I was gonna say
And that's the
because
issue. It's what they know, and I don't think they know how to break that mold. They're like, well, this has always worked for us for many years. We're just gonna stick with what we know.
yeah, I think you just hit it really hard right there. Is
I just think that's what it is. Because every other venture they probably failed. They're like, nah, we'll just stay down this lane, even though the road's breaking down and it's gonna be undrivable soon. We're just gonna stay on it.
No, I think you hit it really well. It's exactly what they know, or else they would be doing something else.
Exactly. But yeah, that's my take on that one.
I think so. Yeah, I agree.
All right. And I think that'll
Oh.
be a good. What's up?
I was told to play devil's advocate more, and I didn't.
Monster.
And in fact, I did the opposite. I fence sat for a bit, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
I
like,
don't-
oh, you could do this, but on the other hand, it's like, you're fine.
Fence sitting. I'm not even a fence sitter though. I have really well defined things.
All right, but thank you guys for joining. We're going to be live again next Sunday on the 23rd. If you're listening on Spotify, don't forget follow the channel. We're going to be continuing this on a weekly basis. And also post it over on Falcon Elite YouTube for live view.
Yay. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it. Y'all have a good one. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Hopefully you guys are enjoying State of Twitch.
Bye-bye.
Bye. That's how we end, everyone. Bye-bye.